So the Xbox One has been announced, much to the division and rage of many gamers across the internet. So I really want to talk about this. I am really excited. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but yesterday I did a live show with some friends talking about the overall event, and I was very excited, but now that things have settled in, I've been thinking about things, and I have a lot to say. So I'm going to be doing two separate videos, one where I talk about the pros, and one where I talk about the cons. So today, since I'm in a good mood, let's talk about the pros. Now that being said, that doesn't mean that I am like super overjoyed about this. I'm not owned or bought by Microsoft. I'm just a very positive person. I try not to be negative. So let's get into the good things about the Xbox One, the things that have me legitimately excited. The Xbox One, the name. I actually really like it. I think it's cool because it's strong, it's definitive, and it shows what they're going for, being a one thing to take over the whole living room. And I think, honestly, that is what people need to understand about Microsoft and their Xbox plan, how they want to take over the whole living room. Gaming is not being pushed to the wayside, it's just part of a bigger picture. And that bigger picture really excites me. I do like the fact that I'll be able to watch cable TV on this. I think that they have like these $1 million deals set up with NFL and ESPN. I think that's incredibly exciting. And people, as much as I don't like sports, I know a lot of people that have Xboxes that do, and they're probably going to lose their freaking minds over this with the whole fantasy football thing. And the fact that they're going all out with Microsoft Entertainment Studios and how they're making almost like a Netflix exclusive show type of thing for Halo with Steven Spielberg being involved. Spielberg being one of my favorite like definitive directors of my childhood. I mean, Jurassic Park is like my life. But we'll see how much of an involvement he actually has with this series. Now let's talk about the hardware itself. The new controller looks a lot like the original fat controller for the original Xbox, which I think is kind of funny. It's almost like they're going backwards. That being said, the way the triggers are designed and the way feedback goes through those triggers and the buttons is really interesting. And I think they did take more of an ergonomic interest than they already had in the past with like the rubberness and stuff. Also like the PS4 controller, they really seem to understand the importance of the controller this time around, and I'm pretty into that. The device itself, which we actually did get to see, I guess they tried to one-up on Sony, is pretty big. And also what is big is the Kinect sensor that goes with it, which is big enough now that it's a 1080p camera, and I'm hoping that it boasts an onboard processor in the Kinect, and generally it seems like the Kinect is going to be more powerful. What I liked about this event is how they didn't try and shoehorn it into stupid games. They just talked about how powerful it is at just reading basic movements and recognizing your voice and how it's actually going to work now. And I think that's going to be really cool when you sit down in your living room and you're basically Tony Stark talking to Jarvis about your TV. The Xbox One does have decent specs that I'm pretty into. I kind of expected, but they are good. 8 gigabytes of RAM, an 8-core processor, a 500 gigabyte hard drive, a Blu-ray drive, Wi-Fi, obviously all that stuff. And I think that's a good solid offering, and it's right up there with the PS4. Now, of course, people say like, oh, that's just like a PC, but like the fact that now these mainstream consoles are involved and have specs that high, that means games in general are going to involve. While admittedly they did not show a lot of games, and what they did show was just pre-rendered footage and crap from EA and stuff like that, what is really impressive is that they said they have 15 titles, exclusive titles in the works, and 8 are completely original new IPs. So that could mean anything. That means we could see like Kinect Adventures 4 and Kinectimals 2 and crap like that. But that's a lot of titles, and that could be a lot of potential really exciting games to play, like Remedy's new game, Quantum Break, sorry. That could be cool. Again, we don't really know what we're getting with that, but the fact that they do have games on board is awesome, and obviously, like everyone's saying, we're going to see more at E3. That's not my only line of defense for this whole Xbox One hate thing, but we are going to see more at E3, and I'm looking forward to that. The interface is cool, but it did scare me a little bit on how they're talking about it's 3 separate OSs. That was a little bit of a weird wording that I think could scare a lot of people away, but I am excited that you can have Skype integration and multitasking, like you can listen to music or watch the web and watch the videos and browse the web and stuff like that. I think that's going to be pretty sweet in terms of this being just a whole awesome, unified living room experience. If you guys can't tell, I am a tech nerd at heart, and that is why the Xbox One does really generally excite me, because Microsoft is being very ambitious with what they want to do with the living room. Now, with what they want to do with games, I think we have to wait and see in the future. Honestly, they are hardware manufacturers, and they can only go so far, so the innovation really comes from what the developers do with next generation games, and what we shall see. So those are the main good things that have me really excited about the Xbox One. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the cons or the negatives in another video, and there are some definite negatives. Oh man. So check back for that. So guys, let's start a war in the comments, but keep it towards positives. Well, what are you guys excited about with the Xbox One? Even if you hate the Xbox One, what aspects of it do you think are good? And if you can't find any good aspects of the Xbox One, simply write in the comments, "Fuck you, Jake." That'll be perfect. So guys, say anything you want about the Xbox One in the comments, let me know, and subscribe because video games if you haven't already. I don't know why, who are you?